Hello everyone, and welcome to my BNB24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Following Bill's declaration to Luna that she will languish in prison and never reunite with the baby, she instructs her cellmate to assault her. Bill assures his son that Luna will have no involvement with the baby. Ridge expresses confidence that all will be okay, and Will is concerned that this situation may be overwhelming for Elektra. Review the most recent recap of BNB. Poppy praised Luna for focusing on Will, and after Finn notified Steffi of Luna's survival, Steffi confronted her. At Bill's, Will expresses concern to his parents that Elektra may reject him because to the baby. Bill asserts that Luna shall have no contact with the child upon its birth. Will aspires to be correct. He cannot envision co-parenting with a mentally unstable individual. His father holds himself accountable for their collective predicament. Will informs his mother that he and Elektra were ordinary until Luna disrupted everything. She asserts that he will not forfeit Elektra due to this situation. He is uncertain. Both parties attribute the chaos to Lee. Katie asserts that Bill believes liberating Luna is the most regrettable action he has ever undertaken. He is likely experiencing profound distress. Will is certain he is enraged at being deceived by Luna. Katie is confident that he will not allow Luna to manipulate him again. In prison, Steffi informs Luna that the baby does not serve as her means of liberation. She has ceased to be vigilant and will ensure she never escapes. Luna charges her with egocentrism, asserting that her sole focus is on her kid and Will. She finds it absurd to consider that Bill and Katie would permit their grandchild to be born in prison. Steffi furiously ruffles her hair. She claims she is unfamiliar with Bill. Luna is merely a psychopath from whom he seeks to safeguard his family. Luna elaborates on the wonderful life she anticipates with the baby and Will. Steffi informs her that she lacks a familial connection with Will. She is merely a predator. Following her departure, Luna must await another guest. Upon being informed that it is a man, she expresses dissatisfaction with the absence of a mirror to style her hair. It is merely Bill. With trepidation, she inquires whether he arrived to assess her and the infant's well-being. Bill gazes. She continues speaking until he instructs her to be silent. He informs her that he and Katie are unequivocally committed to addressing this matter. Luna focused on their son and lacks a connection with him. The child will be removed from her immediately upon birth, preventing any opportunity for her to influence it, and she will never see the child again. Luna is certain he cannot intend that. Bill asserts that he is sincere to his very essence. He regrets not having abandoned her to perish there. The impact he employed to extricate her will be utilized to ensure her perpetual confinement. Luna weeps as he departs. Ridge and Taylor visit the Cliff House. Finn notifies them that the children are engaged in playdates and that Steffi proceeded directly after Luna. His wife's primary concern is ensuring Luna remains incarcerated. Ridge is confident that everything will be satisfactory. Steffi comes, and her husband informs her that his primary responsibility is to assist her. She and her parents deliberate over the Luna drama. Ridge finds it astonishing that she visited her. Steffi states that she was compelled to face her. She has attained closure and is simply pleased that Luna will suffer consequences. Steffi expresses her disappointment to her parents. It is unfortunate that he married Brooke. Taylor informs her that she is well and enjoying her life. The sole concern is that Steffi is liberated from threats. After her parents depart, Finn and Steffi converse about their mutual longing and have a kiss. The sole consideration is her return to the children. Luna is incarcerated and will pose no further threat to her. They engage in intimate kissing. Bill returns home and informs Will and Katie that he is repulsed by the vile Luna, asserting that she will never have a future with Will. She will remain incarcerated and will not have any contact with the infant. Luna is confined to her cell. Her cellmate quips that her benefactor has yet to secure her release. Luna instructs her to repeat the action. She requests that she refrain from harming her tummy this time. The cellmate moistens her lips, raises her fists, and delivers a beating. As Bill altogether concludes the custody case against Luna, she devises a startling new strategy to secure her release from prison. At the onset of the episode, Steffi reiterated to Luna that her baby is a kid, not a means of escape. Luna labeled Steffi as self-absorbed for believing she remained a threat and asserted that her stepmother would be the least of her concerns upon her release. Moreover, she remained assured that Bill and Katie would prevent their grandson from being born in prison. "Do you believe you are familiar with Bill?" "You do not," Steffi conveyed to Luna, adding that the infant did not render the unstable individual a Spencer, it merely identified her as a predator. Nevertheless, Steffi refrained from labeling Luna's actions towards Will as rape. Why does this show openly acknowledge her as a killer yet refrain from labeling her a rapist? Unusual. Lisa Yamada's motivational correspondence to her younger self. Katie justifies Bill's actions. At the Spencer estate, Will expressed concern that the Luna predicament was demanding too much from Elektra. Bill told him that the Luna situation would conclude in 9 months, then, she would have no contact with Will or the kid. The millionaire stated that he had consulted a lawyer and was assured that the custody issue would be straightforward. Could he have possibly cursed himself further with those words? Discuss the audacity of tempting fate. After Bill departed, Katie and Will summarized the events that had disrupted his relationship with Elektra. Katie successfully employed convoluted reasoning to excuse her ex-husband for being deceived by Luna. Katie stated that he experiences significant guilt. He will not permit her to manipulate him again. Is there foreshadowing? Indeed. Bill confronts Luna. Upon Steffi's departure from the prison, Luna was astonished to discover that she had an additional visitor, Bill. "Are you alone?" she inquired. Indeed, she is somewhat delusional, she genuinely believed that Will would visit her. As though. Bill, reminiscent of the dollar bill of the past, curtly articulated that Luna's pregnancy did not forge any connection between her and his family. He asserted that immediately upon the baby's birth, he would remove it from her. "The gravest error of my existence," he snarled, "was perceiving any semblance of redemption in you. I ought to have abandoned you here to decay." Although infrequent, when he is correct, he is unequivocally correct. Initial images of the starring actress from Bold and Beautiful with her infant. Bill had not yet concluded his task. He would employ the same influence that secured Luna's release to guarantee that she continuously pressed license plates. What was her response? The Luna variant of the melancholy emoji depicted above. Jacqueline McInnes Wood, Tanner Novlin, Torsten K., Rebecca Budig. The Bold and the Beautiful set, Sunset Las Palmas Studios, Los Angeles, California, September 18, 25. Copyright Howard Wise/tpastudios.com 310-657-9661. Episode number 9636. U.S. airdate October 21, 25. Steffi reunites with her progenitors. At the Cliff House, Ridge and Taylor entered urgently seeking Steffi, only to be informed by Finn that their daughter had gone directly to prison to confront Luna. While awaiting Steffi's homecoming, her husband and parents deliberated her response to the Luna news and her remarkable understanding of the lack of prior warning about the impending shock she would encounter upon her arrival home. Additional information: here is all that you did not observe at the Emmys. Upon Steffi's return, she exhibited remarkable indifference to the news that her father had abandoned her mother and promptly wed Brooke during her absence overseas. Initially, that is. In summary, Steffi conveyed her displeasure, albeit in a more subdued manner than anticipated or desired. Father certainly evades accountability for certain actions. Luna instructs her cellmate to assault her, and this is not the inaugural occurrence. As the program concluded, Steffi remarked once again on her husband's attractiveness, and he conveyed the extent of his need for her. "What is of utmost importance now is your return," he stated, radiating joy. "Luna is incarcerated and will no longer pose a threat to you." Ah, the notorious final remarks, Finn. Tanner Novlin, The Bold and the Beautiful, Sunset Las Palmas Studios, Los Angeles, California, August 28, 2025. Copyright Howard Wise/tpastudios.com 310-657-9661. 9661 episode number 9636 US airdate October 21, 25. Meanwhile, Bill returned to his mansion and reassured Katie and Will that despicable being had not affected him. He even laughed at Luna's belief that the term grandchild would function as a magical incantation to unlock her prison bars. Ultimately, in prison, Luna's cellmate derisively remarked that her benefactor had not arrived to extricate her on this occasion. Luna instructed her, "I require you to repeat the action," implying to assault her once more. Luna quickly clarified, "Just not the stomach." Her cellmate was more than willing to comply. The day started with a heavy quietness that seemed to hang over the Spencer mansion like a storm that refused to break. Will sat on the couch, fidgeting with the hem of his shirt, his mind miles away. He was thinking about Electra again, about how distant she had seemed lately, how her texts had become shorter, her calls less frequent. He couldn't really blame her. Who would want to stay involved when the shadow of Luna Nozawa loomed over everything? Katie watched her son from across the room, her heart aching. Bill stood nearby, leaning against the mantel, silent but visibly seething. It had been days since Luna's pregnancy became public knowledge, and while the news had rattled the entire family, it had shattered Will in ways no one quite understood. He wasn't just angry, he was humiliated, violated, haunted. "Electra's going to walk away," Will muttered, mostly to himself. "She didn't sign up for any of this, Mom. She doesn't want to raise someone else's baby, especially not Luna's." Katie sat beside him and gently touched his shoulder. "Honey, you don't know that yet. You and Electra have been through a lot. You just need time." He looked up at her with eyes that were bloodshot and weary. "Time isn't going to fix this," he said bitterly. "Luna destroyed everything. And the worst part? She's still controlling my life from a prison cell." Bill finally spoke, his voice low and hard. "Not for long." Both Katie and Will turned to him. Bill's expression was cold, his jaw tight. "I spoke with the lawyer this morning. We're moving forward with custody as soon as that baby is born. Luna will have no contact with it, none. I'll make damn sure of that." Katie's lips pressed into a thin line. "Bill." "No," he snapped, his voice echoing off the walls. "This ends now. She manipulated my son, she humiliated this family, and she's carrying that child as if it gives her power. But I swear to you both, it doesn't. She'll never see that baby, and she'll never use it against us." Will sank back into the couch, conflicted. "I hope you're right," he said quietly. "Because I can't imagine co-parenting with her. I can't even think about her without," he stopped himself, shaking his head. "It's just too much." Katie exchanged a knowing look with Bill. "He blames himself," she whispered later, when Will went upstairs. "You know that, right?" Bill sighed heavily. "He shouldn't. I blame myself. I let her out. I thought there was some chance she could change. I thought maybe she deserved another shot at life." His fists clenched. "Freeing her was the worst mistake I've ever made." Katie nodded softly. "I know you feel guilty, Bill, but you can't let that guilt make you cruel." He turned sharply toward her. "Cruel? Katie, she raped our son. She lied, manipulated, and played the victim. You call this cruel?" "No. What's cruel is what she did to Will, and I'm not letting her do it again." Meanwhile, at the women's correctional facility, Luna sat on the edge of her bed, her hands resting protectively over her growing stomach. The walls were pale, chipped, and lifeless, the faint hum of the fluorescent light above her matching the rhythm of her racing thoughts. She had been replaying Steffi's visit in her mind all morning. Steffi had come in like a storm, fierce and unapologetic. She'd stood on the other side of the plexiglass window, her tone dripping with disdain. "This baby isn't your ticket to freedom, Luna," Steffi had said coldly. "You can forget about using it as some bargaining chip to get out of here." Luna had rolled her eyes, trying to mask the sting. "You really think this is about you, Steffi? You think I'm sitting here plotting my escape just to come after your perfect little life? I don't think, Steffi shot back. I know. You've always been obsessed with control, over Will, over everyone. You're not getting near that baby. You're not getting near my family. You're done. Luna had laughed then, a bitter, hollow sound. You're so self-centered, Steffi. You think everyone's out to get you. The truth is, once I'm out of here, you'll be the last person on my mind. I'll have my baby. I'll have Will. I'll have the life that should have been mine all along. That's when Steffi lost her composure. She leaned forward, her face inches from the glass, her voice trembling with fury. You don't have a life with Will. You never did. You're not family, you're a predator. Luna had just smirked, but inside, her stomach turned. She wanted to scream, to throw something, to make Steffi feel the pain she carried. But she stayed still, wearing that smug smile like armor. Now, hours later, alone in her cell, she could still hear Steffi's words echoing in her head. Predator. Psycho. Monster. Was that really who she'd become? Before she could think further, the guard knocked on the bars. Visitor. Luna's heart jumped. Is it Will? She asked quickly, brushing her hair with her fingers. Is he here? The guard didn't answer. She was escorted to the visiting room, her pulse racing. Maybe it was Will. Maybe he'd finally come to see reason, to talk to her, to understand that everything she'd done had come from love, twisted, desperate love, but love all the same. But when she saw who it was, her hope shattered. Bill, she whispered. He sat across from her, expression like stone. No warmth, no compassion. Just fury. She tried to smile. You came to check on me? And the baby? Sit down, he said flatly. Her hands fidgeted. I've been doing okay, considering. It's been hard, but the baby's strong. I think about Will every day. I just know, once this is all over. Shut up. The words hit her like a slap. Bill leaned forward, his voice low and dangerous. You listen to me, Luna. Whatever fantasy you've built in your head ends now. You will never be part of this family. You will never see that baby. The second that child is born, it's mine. It's Will's. It's not yours. Luna blinked, trembling. You can't mean that. I mean it to my core, Bill snapped. The same power I used to free you once? I'll use to keep you in here until you die. I should have left you to rot the first time. Her lip quivered, tears welling. Please, Bill, don't do this. You can't take my baby away. It's all I have left. Bill stood, eyes blazing. You lost everything when you hurt my son. You lost the right to call yourself a mother the moment you decided to play God with other people's lives. He turned and walked away, leaving her trembling in silence. When the door closed, Luna's knees buckled. She sank into the chair, the world spinning around her. He was serious. He was really going to take her baby. Her chest tightened with panic, her mind spiraling. There was no one left on her side. Not Will. Not Bill. Not even her mother, who hadn't visited in weeks. As she was escorted back to her cell, her cellmate, a tough-looking woman named Carla, was lying on her bunk, flipping through a magazine. Well, look who's back, Carla teased. What's the matter, princess? Sugar daddy didn't buy your freedom this time? Luna said nothing. She sat down on her bed, staring at the wall. The air felt heavy, suffocating. She could still feel Bill's words stabbing through her chest like shards of glass. Carla smirked. You look like you've seen a ghost. Do it again, Luna said quietly. Carla looked up. What? Luna turned toward her, eyes red and swollen. I need you to do it again. But not the stomach this time. A wicked grin spread across Carla's face. You sure about that, sweetheart? Last time, you could barely stand. Just, do it, Luna whispered. Please. Carla stood, cracking her knuckles. Whatever you say, baby mama. The first punch landed hard against Luna's jaw. The second hit her ribs. She didn't fight back, she couldn't. Each blow was like a strange kind of release, a punishment she felt she deserved. She wanted the guards to find her, to move her to the infirmary, to maybe, just maybe, get her transferred somewhere safer. But deep down, there was something darker at play. Luna wasn't just trying to escape the pain. She was plotting. If she could prove she wasn't safe in prison, if she could get sympathy, maybe, just maybe, she could get another hearing. Maybe she could convince someone she was being mistreated. Maybe she could get out. When Carla finally backed off, breathing heavily, Luna was crumpled on the floor, bleeding from the lip, one eye swelling shut. Carla grinned. "You're one messed up chick, you know that?" Luna coughed, clutching her ribs. "You have no idea." Across town, the Cliff House was filled with warmth and laughter again, at least on the surface. Steffi had returned home to Finn and the kids, the sound of the ocean drifting through the open patio doors. Ridge and Taylor had stopped by, eager to see their daughter after the chaos of recent weeks. Finn told them the kids were out on playdates and that Steffi had gone straight to the prison before coming home. She needed closure, Finn explained. After everything that's happened, she just wanted to face Luna one last time. Taylor nodded, concern etched across her face. That girl put Steffi through hell. I don't blame her. Ridge tried to stay positive. It's all going to be fine now. Luna's locked away where she belongs. When Steffi finally walked in, she looked lighter, calmer. She hugged her parents tightly, breathing in the familiar scent of home. It's over, she said softly. She's in prison, and I don't have to look over my shoulder anymore. But then her tone shifted. She turned to Ridge. I can't believe you married Brooke again while I was gone. Ridge's expression softened. Steffi, we'll talk about that later. What matters now is that you're safe. Taylor smiled gently. Exactly. You've been through enough, sweetheart. Let's not dwell on the past. Steffi sighed, the tension fading. You're right. All that matters is my family, and that she'll never get near us again. After her parents left, Steffi curled up beside Finn on the couch. He stroked her hair, kissing her forehead. All that matters now, he murmured, is that you're home. Luna's behind bars, and she can't hurt you anymore. She smiled faintly, resting her head against his chest. I just want to focus on us now. The kids. The future.